other things, and I talked with him today. He's looking for maybe a grant. Those things are easier to get if you can get a grant that will, pay part of it up front and then slowly fade out. It's easier to absorb in a budget without having to. Cumberland County's on a bare bones budget, so if you add something, unless you've saved for it appropriately, we don't have the money unless we increase taxes, and we don't want to have to do that. So it is something that has to be planned out, and if we could find a grant, that would help a lot.
Mr. Foster, can you update us on that shopping complex by Dave Kirk?
Yes, that complex is from the same group that has done the Mount Juliet shopping complex, if you're familiar with that. It would not be as large, but it's a pretty good sized program. To make it work, they've done the pro forma, all the work, and they've crunched the numbers. To make that work, they need the city and the county to help them out. The first ask was over $6 million, and now they've brought that back to about $5 million. I know the county and the city are interested in helping to whatever degree we can. The thing that we're looking at now is called TIF. Anybody heard of TIF? It's tax increment financing. And I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we're going to talk with the two groups. And basically, TIF is they'll go in and they'll assess the property at the rate it is sitting there right now with nothing on it, just farmland or whatever it is. And that's the property tax rate that the county or the city would continue to earn. And once the development is there, you would actually be charging the new rate because the value is going to go up significantly. But the difference in that money from before the development and afterwards is the money that you would use for the TIF for helping to finance certain costs or to create to help with that development. So really it's it's an interesting concept to me, but that's where we are with it right now. They do need some assistance to be able to make the rent the price for the facilities so that they can afford to make it in this market.
And this would be grocery, shopping, and restaurants?
There's an unnamed grocery store that would be on one end and an unnamed arts and crafts store that would be on the other, and lots of other different things in between. There are some out parcels that would hopefully be used for restaurants. Yes.
The area of land that's across, is it Speedway on Genesis Road, where the golf place was and the restaurant was?
Yes.
That's been sitting there for sale for a long time. That's a prime piece of land there. It's a big area. Is there any discussion about the county and the city working together to develop that into something that would be a viable entity that would contribute?
You talking about the business or the property?
Well, tear down all of those buildings and build something there that would actually be useful.
There has been no discussions on that. I will say there are other businesses that are looking to come into the Genesis Road area. That's very early in the discussions, and not something that we could talk about publicly, but there's at least two more businesses that are looking at possibly doing something there. Not necessarily on that exact site, but there are a lot of things going on. We don't know, to be honest, we don't know if the retail place will make it yet or not, or if any of these other two will, but there are discussions on other possibilities there.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Next on our agenda is our new county commissioner, Carl McLeod. He has to come and speak.
Well, thank you for letting me come to speak. I want to thank everybody that voted for me. I did want to come out and speak today because there was an article in the Vista just recently that stated that myself and Alan and John didn't attend the AMR walkthrough that they had in Knoxville. And that wasn't quite true. Again, I was at the same place the mayor was, and I didn't get the invitation until a lot later, and by the time I got it, I had already been committed. But I do want you guys to know that I asked the mayor if I could be on the emergency services committee, because I feel very, I want to do as much as I can for the county, or not for the county, but for the county and for Fairfield. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous up here, it's the first time getting in front of everybody. But I want you to know that I am here to do what we can do Fairfield. And if you guys got any questions for me, want to talk to me about anything, you can get my contact information after this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is our volunteer fire department. Bob Terraforte, the president of the board for the fire department, is going to give their presentation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to introduce some people of the board. Larry Brilliant is vice president of the board. Carol Pontiff is a board member. Obviously, everybody knows Bobby Smith, the chief, and Terry, the vice chief. What you've already seen in E-Blast, the chief was called by the bank that there were some irregularities. When he was there talking to them, they resulted in them going to the police department to file a report. A few days later, because the police wanted everything kept very quiet for a short time. He's still under investigation, so there's limits to what we can talk about. But he notified the board. We got together. As a result, the treasurer, Jim Boppile, was put on administrative leave until the results of the investigation is complete. And all the directors, since that time, the board members have been involved with the chief in working through the difficulties. Now, I have to tell you, there was a financial hit, and we're working with that. But we're fully functional and able to go after and take care of all the residents and maintain our calls, so we haven't been hampered in that way. But as a result, the board has taken things seriously. They've been taking things seriously all year long. We were doing a bunch of initiatives to get our financial house in order, to have more reporting, but this kind of got ahead of us. So as of this weekend, we're meeting Saturday to finalize an RFP we've got about 3 or 4 CPAs we're going to send out an RFP to, and then give them a 3-year contract to audit the department every year for the next 3 years, and then obviously renew that later on if we get good results with that particular vendor that we choose. We have asked and requested from Fairfield Glade that they give us assistance in bookkeeping right now and financially, and that's our request to them to aid us in that area. And we're going to move along and be a stronger department as a result. Is there any questions?
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is my report. Several things here. Sad goodbyes followed by an exciting new hello. We have said goodbye to 2 friends and great members who are leaving the Fairfield Glade Board of Directors. We wish both John Conrad and Ralph Swift a happy second retirement. Now we are pleased to welcome Bruce Cox and Ken Fleer as new board members. Both bring skills that will help in the continuing process of moving our community in the right direction. Living the good life, side by side with nature. The other night, I was sitting on the back deck of our home on the 7th fairway on Druid Hills Golf Course. Fountain was in the pond, a doe and her deer, or her fawns, were walking the fairway, eating my wife's plants in the backyard. My thought was, 20 years ago, while teaching at Flushing High School, I would never have thought that I would be fortunate enough to be living in such a wonderful place. Like Bill Murphy often says, living the dream. It's a fact. The rumor that Good Sam's has been sold or is up for sale is just that. It is a rumor. The facts are the Good Samaritan Society is merging with the Sanford Medical Group of North Dakota, which will be nothing but a positive for the Good Sam facilities. Can Accord be just around the corner? We've completed our open forum with residents' voice. and are working on our written responses to their recommendations, which will be published shortly. Our hope is that this will help to encourage positive dialogue among all members. The future is what we choose to make it. Our annual meeting has come and gone. It included a great deal of information about our future plans and future direction. We were also excited to share some of the plans that Tom Anderson, our new developer, has for the Mirror Lake area. Our future looks bright. We are asking for the members' input on these plans as we move forward. All at once, summer collapsed into